So here's another interesting video I got to do about Silver Eagle purchases over the weekend. There was around 2 million ounces as of Friday, last Friday. By yesterday, as far as the reporting goes, they had sold another 1 million ounces. There was 2 million ounces sold for this month total. That's according to their data. The Mint, U.S. Mint. 2 million ounces were sold all month long. Friday to Monday, over the weekend, the new update comes out. Another 1 million ounces were added as being sold, Silver Eagles. Are you trying to tell me that 1 million Silver Eagles were sold on Friday and Monday or over the weekend? That's what this says. That's what this is telling me. And the fellas at Silver Doctors say, I have never, ever seen a jump of this kind in Silver Eagle sales. Never, ever, ever, ever. This also includes the buying during 2011 when the sales of Silver Eagles hit nearly 40 million ounces. Or it says hit nearly 40 million, I believe, ounces total, whatever. Now, granted, January of this year, 6 million ounces were sold, according to this chart. February, 1.5. March, 2.5 million. April, 1.5. May, 2.8. June, 2.8. July, 2.2. August, 2.8. In September, it was 2, and then it just jumped 1 million ounces to a total of 3.1. Thus far, 25 million ounces have been sold this year. He says, furthermore, if sales stay high due to the new QE3 announcement, plus the threat of mounting problems with old JP Morgan and their short position, silver short position, we may see an additional 9 to 10 million ounces of sales for the remainder of the year. There's no telling. So, I would agree, but at the same time, again, the JP Morgan short position is probably the government who has an endless supply of money. Now, I know recently there's been some talk, at least on the internet, allegedly from decent sources, whatever, that say approximately right around $36 an ounce for silver. That is the kill zone for JP Morgan. They will be finished. But it must stay there for 60 days. Now, I'm here to tell you, when Max Kaiser was talking about the short position and where silver needed to go and stay a couple different times, I saw it go there, but it never stayed there for more than 2 weeks before it was smashed. So we've already been touching 35 plus. Boom. I've already reported these raids that happened the last few days. Sunday night, for God's sakes. 5 minutes. In 5 minutes time, they dumped 16 million ounces of silver, paper silver on the market. You kidding me? Asian markets on a Sunday night when they open? You kidding me? No, I'm not, because they must fight the rising price of silver at any and all costs. So if this is true, then at $36 silver right now, it would destroy JP Morgan, but it must stay there for a decent length of time. They're saying about 60 days would be enough. Other people are saying, I don't think it would be that long. Maybe a month. And you know what? Maybe. But you can see they're fighting more and more. The QE3, Infinity, whatever, QE Infinity, it already fizzled off. Market already spit it out. Chewed it up and spit it out. Market was all in the red. Everything was in the red today. Imagine that. So, again, the sugar high is less and less and less, shorter period of time. What I'm seeing with silver market, they are attacking it more and more and more, frequently, and doing less and less and less damage to the downward side of the price. And it is taking more and more silver, paper silver, to push the price down even a little bit. Which also tells me that 100 to 1, in other words, 100 paper contracts to every one physical thing of silver, which is 5,000 ounces is in a contract. There should be 5,000 ounces times 100, not 100 of these paper contracts and then one little measly 5,000 ounce contract to settle the other 99. No. But that's how it's been for a long time. However, the bozo clown, Jeffrey Christian, this guy has been bashing gold and silver forever. He is the mouthpiece, the spokesperson of the elite on gold and silver to tell the world, stay away, it is trash, it is garbage. This guy has more fails in his life. If he was a financial advisor, which, by the way, I think he's like the advisor of advisors to the CFT and the CME group, I think. Don't quote me 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's him. Same guy. Fail. Did you even get one right? Nope. Fail, 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 fail. That guy sounds good. Get him over here. We need him as the advisor of advisors. Expert advisor on our board. Get him over here. This guy knows what the hell he's talking about. Fail, 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 fail. Everything he said is a failure. Everything he predicted in gold and silver failed. That's your expert? Yeah. Of course he's their expert. They're going to put him on TV. They're going to tell the viewers on TV he's the expert. Listen to him. Stay away from gold and silver. But see what happens to people when they follow a, quote, expert's advice, and then they realize this damn, not only did he not get this right, his track record's terrible. Why is he doing this? Why did he lie to me? Now I'm pissed off. I'm going to go buy some precious metals. If he says not to, I'm going to do it. And there's going to be a lot of people causing a little tiny stampede with the same mindset. Nobody likes to be told something by this, you hate when you find out something you thought for so long was wrong. You find out it was wrong the whole time you've been thinking it was right. Why? Because the experts, the Harvard, Yale, economists, six-figure income, all over the TV. This is the expert. He's got a hedge fund. This. Fail, 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 fail. And you're going to listen to this expert, huh? My wife and I've said this many times, we watch the show Survivor. As I said, you can't just stay focused on this stuff 100% of the time. You got to disconnect a little bit, go back to reality. And reality is basically fake society. Isn't that crazy? So I had to go back to fake society to watch a fake TV show. Nonsense, basically. But it is entertaining, and I do need something, in our lives from time to time. So, Survivor started. Hey, they got that girl who used to play Blair. What was this TV show, Evelyn? Facts of Life. I think it was the Facts of Life. Blair. Facts of Life. Child star of the 80s. And you can tell it's her nowadays. She's much older, naturally. But she seems like a very kind, can't stab you in the back kind of person on Survivor, so she's probably going to fail. She's not fitting in with any of the kids, the group, whatever. And she's commenting to the camera, behind the scenes or whatever, when they single them out and talk to them for a minute. And she's like, I don't want these people knowing who I am. They're going to think, oh, God, it's that child star girl. She's probably loaded and has millions of dollars and this and that. And I want to keep that to myself. I'm here to win the game, too. And I'm not going to lie to them because what I do now has nothing to do with show business anymore. So when I tell them I do this and this for my business, whatever, that's what I do. I'm not lying. But if they say, hey, didn't you put in that TV show? Yeah, I did. But these people think I have so much money and, and she said, to be honest with you, the real truth of the matter, I lost it all investing into the stock market. You don't think this child star, Blair, whatever her real name is actually, had the best of the best of the best financial advisors. You got multi-gajillion, million, fulfillions of dollars? Yes. Go see this guy. He takes care of all the stars. This guy knows his stuff. He is the expert of experts. Got a resume a mile long, worked at every single bank. One of those guys. Oh, I'm just a kid, of course. Well, Mom and Dad, what should I do? Oh, of course, honey. Go. Put your money in there. This guy's an expert. And I quote, the truth of the matter is, I did have millions of dollars, and I lost it all in the stock market crash. Imagine that. So, anyways, Silver Eagle sales, million over the weekend. That's absurd. That's crazy. I'm hoping there was like an adjustment. Like, oh, no, that was from like 2 weeks ago, plus the last 2 weeks. That time span we sold 1 million ounces. But the data is showing from the mint, this happened. This weekend, there's a new number. How do you like them apples? Actually, I love those apples. If you're not into silver right now, physical silver, if you're waiting for the crash to occur for silver, the risk is too great to wait for it. Sure, it can happen. Sure, they can dump the market like we've never seen in our lives to try to save JP Morgan from crashing, right? Destroy the whole silver market. They could do it one last time if they want. They can. They need to get out of that paper anyways, don't they? And I've been telling you for a while, I feel like they're going to try it. They're going to do it before the massive rising. Doesn't mean I'll be right. And I do not advise you to listen to that part of my thought process of it could crash. Don't forget that. $30, $40, $50 silver has the words in capital letters, buy, 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 fire sale, fire sale, fire sale, all over it. When you understand, as I was saying before with the example of these hundreds of contracts per one thing of silver, Jeffrey Christian, the bozo himself, said on record, there are hundreds of these paper futures contracts out there for every one real thing of physical silver, or 5,000 ounces in the contract. Not 100, not 100 to 1 ratio, not 200 to 1, hundreds to 1. Which tells you, and he even said, well, let me describe what I'm talking about. He even said it. Basically, the paper futures market, silver, paper silver is essentially like a vote. It's a vote for the market. What is the market worth? It's just a vote. That's how it works. And we can always cash settle. We can always cash settle in the worst case scenario. That's what he said out of his mouth. Demand delivery? No. Here's your money back. Cash settlement. Today's price is such and such. We're taking the contract. You cannot demand delivery. Here's your money for today's price action of silver. No, I don't want that. I want the silver, and it's a commodity, and I gave you the full amount for the contract to be paid in full so I can get the 5,000 ounces. Nope. We changed the rules last night while you were sleeping with the CME group and the CFTC. We are no longer making good on any deliveries in the gold and silver market. Have a nice day. You can only play the paper game. I'm here to tell you that I think they will do that long before they allow JP Morgan to crash, long before the COMEX gets destroyed because of this paper game being exposed, and long before the SLV is exposed for doing the same thing, having a bunch of paper that's supposed to represent every piece of paper they sell, which is a share. One contract is like not a contract, but a share, like a company share, stock, whatever. One of those equals 1 ounce of silver. I'm here to tell you that they've never probably bought hardly any silver to back up the amount of paper that they've printed as far as shares go and issued shares. So every person who bought a share in SLV essentially thought, I'm buying an ounce of silver, so to speak, but I'm doing it in the paper market way because my 401k will allow me to do that, or else I don't have a choice, as well as other retirement and investment funds. I have to go the paper way. But that's okay because they're telling me they're buying an ounce of silver every time they issue one of these shares, and they've got 300 million, whatever. I don't even know the actual number of shares, which means they should have 300 million ounces of silver. Right. But in their prospectus, it even says, basically, you're not ever going to see the silver. You're never, ever going to get the silver. We reserve the right to dump and sell the silver at any time for any reason, for any market condition we deem necessary. You can't do anything about it. We will give you the current market price back as a share. Again, we will go bankrupt, close down the SLV. You get today's market price for your shares. I don't care if you bought them at 40. I don't care if you bought them at 30. I don't care if you bought them at 20. We just destroyed the market. It's $10 an ounce. We know it's going to be temporary, but you don't know that. We just shut down the SLV due to that market condition. $10 silver is terrible. We're closing down SLV. Here's your $10 a share for everybody, 300 million people or shares. Have a nice day. But they've been collecting your money when it was 20, 30, 40, 50, 40, 30, 25, 30, 35, 40 this whole time. So I'm here to tell you, I think they're going to try to pull a fast one. That's what my gut tells me. If they lose control somehow and aren't able to pull that off, then that's not going to happen at all, and it's just going to go straight to going higher in price. And it does make you wonder, by the way, if the elite themselves said to Lindsey Williams, we want silver, we're going to put silver at $75 to $100 an ounce, somewhere in between there, and gold will be around $3,000 an ounce. If JP Morgan has this massive short position, $75 to $100 silver is absolutely destructive to JP Morgan. So somewhere along the line, all JP Morgan is going to have to get rid of those short positions. And considering they just finally came to the definition of swaps at the CFTC and said, I think isn't it October or is it November, that the rule kicks in for the position limits. But it's only the spot month, the month you're in. Next month, the month after, 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 etc. Those don't count. There's no position limits there. Just the spot month. That doesn't kick in for another year. So I feel like that is the scapegoat for JP Morgan to get out of its short position when they're ready, prior to silver going to 75 to 100 and gold going to 3,000. They have got to be out of those silver positions. But the question is, who is going to get them? Who's going to buy them from JP Morgan? Probably the government. Federal Reserve, QE to infinity, mortgage-backed bonds, or mortgage-backed securities. That's not enough. As the Federal Reserve guy said in San Francisco, head of that Fed, not enough. We're going to need to do some other asset purchases. You don't suppose the Federal Reserve will just print trillions of dollars to get JP Morgan out of its silver short position somehow, call that an asset, give JP Morgan the money, and wipe it clean? Just a thought, but that's how they operate. So take that for what it's worth. And I am out of here.